So hi everyone, welcome. My name is Nicolas. So we're gonna see like 10 Grist use cases that we did for local governments and French cities. Um, and we are working in the ANCT, so the National Agency for Territorial Cohesion for the French government. And so my name is Nicolas Imbert, and we are with Aude Souliani that you already know. And basically, the program is pretty simple. We set 10 because we want to bait you, like just a YouTube video. But in fact, we're going to see like 4 use cases. We're going to focus on 4 use cases. And then we're going to see a list of all the use cases that we've been working on or we will work on, and a little Q&A session at the end. All right. So, first use case is a really French specific one because we're going to talk about street market management. So, for those who've never been in France, we have like a lot of cities have actually street markets, especially during summer. There are many street markets, and people are just selling everything, mostly food, but could be clothes, plants, or whatever, but mostly food. All right. And those markets are organized by the city, the local town, and they need to have an agent every time they go through the markets, check whose exhibitor is here, like checking the presence. And then also what the size of the stall, what is the size of the stall, if they need electricity, if they need water, if they need something. So every day they have to go through. And before they were doing that on paper, of course, then going back to the office, putting everything on Excel sheets. And then after that, they need to do invoicing on another software as well. So it was really pretty time consuming and pretty tough for them. So we said like, yeah, let's try to do that in one tool that does everything like Grist. So let's go. Um, Let me show you my. This still see my screen? I guess so, but all right. So okay, thank you. So this is the Grist that we made for them. First, you have a list of exhibitor or reseller, whatever, just some information about what they sell, the product they have, some contact information, stuff like that. Then a second page. So sorry, by the way, it's in French, so I tried to translate everything that is written here. Here is about the stall. So basically, it's like whose guy is on the stall. When do they come during the year? Is it only for summer? Is it during the whole year, etc.? And also, what is the size of the stall? Do they need electricity? Do they need a car? Do they need anything, water, stuff like that? Um, then we have all the market dates for the whole year. So we select like the year here, and then you can see all the dates that we have. Basically, in that example, we have a street market running for the whole year during Fridays, and for the summer they had another one on Tuesdays. All right, and then we have that dashboard, which is where the local agent from the city is checking the presence of the exhibitors. So is just checking the year, then is checking the market dates, and then you have a table here which is up to date based on the presence of the exhibitors or not. And which is really interesting is on the right corner here, we used that card list widgets. Let's be honest, it's really not the widget that is most used actually, but it's very interesting when you need mobility, when you need to check data on a tablet or a smartphone, something like that. So we use that one. Actually, the agent is going to go through the market and is going to basically have a smartphone, a tablet, and just using that widget, which is pretty simple for him. Like just check the exhibitor name, like when he's going to a stall, okay, it's that exhibitor name, then is it here or not, and then if he wants to add a little comments or something like, okay, stall is bigger or whatever. It's just pretty simple, so that can when he is walking the street, it just have few information to set. um and then we had a ask, which is quite funny, but people were working on Excel, And so they wanted to have a table like that, just like they like to do it in Excel. Like, so the list of the exhibitor on the left, market dates on the top, and then a nice total column at the end, right? So when we started working on Grist, we told them like, no, we cannot do that. Sorry, because we are on that's not Excel actually. But actually, we looked through the community and the widget community, and we found that, which is the pivot table widgets custom. And it's pretty interesting for those who've never tried it. Of course, there are room for improvement, but it was pretty interesting. And so at the end, they had that the total column, and people really love that when they come from Excel. So we made some people happier. And last part is about invoicing. Here's about like some prices you can put, and based on the presence during the whole year, they have to send an invoice to the exhibitors, so they have to pay the city because they were there to sell stuff. All right, so a lot of calculation. I'm not going into detail about that, but then you have here the amount of the invoice, and the cherry on the cake is what we saw with the Aude just before. Also, is the I don't know how you say that I think it's mail merging or something. But well, when you click on the on one line of your table, then the invoice is up to date, and you can just send it to email, or just send or print it and send it to a mailbox or whatever. But then, well, yeah, that's what we did, and they were quite pretty happy actually. Okay, just some quick takeaways. Um, some widgets are more suitable for mobility. Definitely. I don't know if you tried like to see a table on smartphone. It's not that nice, but like list cards are really nice. Forms as well. There are so many things in the community, like do custom widgets and stuff. So they're really awesome and problem solving. So really go deep, check that. And here we had a real gain in the mail merging for the invoicing part at the end. That saves them a lot of time. So that was cool. Okay, second use case is about holiday management. Um, we had like many requests from many cities, like really small cities, that they were like, yeah, we are doing holiday management on paper. So people are coming to me, they ask on paper if they can take some holiday over there. And then we were like, yeah, okay, we'll see. And then we'll come back to you or through email or with the paper again, and so that's fine if you're like 3, 4, 5 in their office. But then if you're going to expand many more people, especially when you have different sites, then you have to communicate with like a proper tool. So we say, let's try something on holiday management. And that looks like that actually. So first page is about the people. It's about the staff you have. So you're going to just list all the people from your organization, and then some contact information like name, first name, email, which service they're working. Yeah, what is the service? What's the job? Basically some information like that. And then we have some more information which are really important for the calculation later on, is which day they're working. Um, in France, especially in the French like public service, they can be working really in many different days, like weekends, normal days, weekdays, whatever. Then we have a second page with it's basically the balance of your holiday. So how many holidays do you have? Each column here is a different type of holiday, let's say. As we're friends, we love holidays, and we have many different types of holidays. So we need a lot of columns here. And then we have another page. This one is all the requests for a new holiday. So we're going to see the full workflow, how it works. Go through a form. Then you have to fill that form. So let's say you are Léa Seydoux. You just set up the date of the day, whatever. And then you ask for a holiday. Here's the full list of the different holiday that we can have and ask for. So that can be pretty complex actually. And then you just said like, when do you want your holiday? So starting from when, saying also about the hour for half day management, like if you want to start in morning, in the afternoon, and yeah, and you send it. So let's go back to Grist. And then here, line 17, we can see that we have a new line. Léa Seydoux has asked for a new holiday. So it's coming here. If you are the manager of Léa Seydoux, that's what you see. You see that new line, you see the dates, the type of holiday she's been asking for. And the real power of this tool is the number of days, which is calculated automatically based on a quite big formula. I think, yeah, I'm showing it right now. Well, it's quite big thing, but basically what it does is checking which day the agent is working, and also if this is not a national holiday as well. And then it shows how many days is going to cost to the agent. And then you're here and you have a status, just like, yeah, waiting for validation, validate, or refuse. And some more information about like time when it was yeah. So let's play. So here in the simulation we validate the holiday, and we're gonna see more views about it. So we have one more view which is nice. It's the list of your staff, and you can see the whole history of their requests in holiday. That can be pretty useful, especially when you go through the year. Of course, we're dealing with dates, so we want a calendar view. Here's pretty nice. Like green is validates holidays. In red, it's the refused one. In gray is the one that are still waiting for validation. And here we can see the week that Leah has just asked for their holiday. And then here is just like the national holiday. And we have like a big documentation of how the full documents work here, how it's complicated with, well, how each type of holiday is working and stuff. So it's like a big documentation in Markdown, so everyone knows how it works. And I'm done. And we can see, yeah. Let's go through this third use case. Aude, you can take over.
Thank you. There were some questions. I don't know if you want to take them now. Like,
Good question. I don't know.
are any fields
Uh,
dependent on the type of holiday cascading form field?
where is it?
In the
You
chat,
know what? You know what? Go ahead, and I'll try to answer writing them. Okay, because we don't have much time.
yes, you only let me. I was normally I can do in 10 minutes, so it will let 4 minutes per question. Okay. Can you see my screen? I think so. Yes, I'm a specialist of the original cases. So I will, after the bois d'arfoise, firewood, I will show you the key box case that we did for a small city in mountains too, but now in Alpes mountains. It's a city of 800 inhabitants. They have a small city hall too,
Yeah,
and the
but
secretary.
we don't hear you well. Maybe you should turn off your camera.
Sorry.
Hello.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah. Let's try like that. Better.
So you didn't hear anything? That
Anything that was really a robotic talk.
Oh, okay. Sorry for that. So the case is a key box. It's a small city with 800 inhabitants, but they have 300 keys to manage, and key, each set of keys it corresponds to different places in the city. So the town hall, the school, the museum, the city hall, the technical services, etc. And for now, people, whether it be municipality agents or people from residents, classic, let's say, resident. They come to the office. They go to the secretary and they ask her, "Can I borrow this key?" So first she has to know if the key is available, and then they will fill in like a loan booklet where they put the date, their name, the number of the key, and the description of the key. This is very painful for the secretary because she has sometimes to go through all the pages of the book to find out who has not brought back the key, who did not bring back the key, and it's really a pain for her, and she needed some tool to alleviate that pain point. So we created a Grist, a document which is composed of two big sections. There is a like kind of key box page with a big table containing all his information. So knowing that the document will be available for her only and eventually her colleague, but the people who are borrowing the key, they will access only a public form on a tablet. So they will not see all the document. They will only see a form that I will show you now. This form is designed as following. You have a first section with a key search where you can check the key availability. So for every category of key, for example, if I search the school keys, I can see that the main entrance is not available, but the back entrance is available. If I'm a little girl, I've lost my balloon in the school, I can borrow the back entrance of the school key to get my balloon back. If I already borrowed the key with the system, I will already be in the contact list. If I'm not, I can click on a link. It's another form that can allow me to validate, to add a record to the table with my name and contact info. Let's say I'm someone who already borrowed a key. I can select the key I want. The keys that are not available are not displayed here. And I'm indicating if I'm borrowing or returning the key. When I submit the form, obviously it will input a new record, add a new record to my loans table. So this loan table is the equivalent of the paper loan book that we've seen before. And I also have a table with the contacts of the people who borrow the keys. And for the secretary, she has a big table with all the info about the keys. The most important thing is the number of sets of keys. Maybe there are some keys you have two sets of one key, others you have one set with 7 keys, etc. And we have a formula that will establish whether the key is available or not. It's simply looking at the loans table, and calculating how many times the key has been borrowed, how many times the key has been returned, the set of keys has been returned, and if it's the difference between these two is inferior to the number of sets available in the beginning, then there is still a set of key available. If not, it's unavailable. So that's how we simply calculate that. And then we have a column where we can add a photo of the key, and these are columns that I use for our form. Just concatenation of different information about the key. We also added a view of the loans table dynamically linked to the key table, so that for each key, the secretary can see who borrowed it, at what time, etc. We added some quick views of the keys per category, so she can just in 2 seconds see which are the places where the keys are not available anymore. And she also has a quick view of the borrowed keys. So it links also a dynamic view of the people table is linked to the keys table, and so that she can contact immediately the girl who has not brought back the school key. That's what we did, and it's working well. It's answering the need. And they do the form, yeah, I said it, on a tablet. Another use case, it's a bit different this time. It's not about the looks of the grid, it's more about the functionality. We have in France a legal obligation that is for cities, municipalities that have more than 3,500 inhabitants. They must legally are obliged to share in open data all the key data of the city. So, for instance, they must share deliberations, reports about some meetings, administrative documents, and this must be published in open data on a website that is called, it's a platform, a common platform at the government level, which is called DataGov. And the city of Lambertot, which is a bigger city, they have 30,000 residents. They use Grist as a back office to store the data about their deliberation, municipal discussion. So you see here the content of each deliberation with the date of the deliberation. And so they have two tables with all that data. And that's all. On the grid side, that's all. The trick here, the magic is on the DataGov website. They have created a data set to publish their deliberations. And what they did is that when they created this source of data, they declared that the resource of the data is the Grist document, but it's not directly the link of the document. It's the API request for the CSV download of the document. And that means that each time, every day, DataGov is doing a check on this resource. So DataGov will make this call. If there is any new information on the grid, inside the grid, any new row that has been added, then the data sets will be modified accordingly. So we can see here a preview of the CSV file of our grid. And this table is just a mirror of what we find in Grid, but it's compliant to what is asked by the French government, and it's really easy to set up. So that's something that could be replied for many, many use cases. Other use cases that are ongoing or that we are working with, so the wood gathering already talked about in the previous talk. We also have a citizen request management template, more original, the cemetery management. For once, it's my colleague who takes care of it. We have a mail management. I mean, for once that it's original and niche topic. I'm saying that they don't do anything. We have the mail management template, the follow-up of trainings, and we're working, it's very much asked in the community, two templates. It's stock management, so inventory, stock management for material, for cleaning material or other type of material. And we also have one request that is very, very common. It's the rental housing management, because municipalities often have public rental. So it's a public, it's apartments or houses belonging to the city hall, and they need to have a system to manage the renting. So we are working on that. And another one is the farm controlling template that we already did for a prefecture to control the farms, a system to control the farms and take notes about the farm. Yeah. So thank you very much. If you have any question, please feel free. We have a website and we have our contact that is displayed just there.
Thank you, Aude. If you have any question, guys, 2 minutes to go.
How are the documents deployed to the municipality? For now, we started this work 1 year ago, and we have pilot municipalities with which we build completely the tool, and we try to make it as replicable as possible. We try to templatize it after. And for example, the holiday template that Nicolas presented is now tested by more than 10, 15 municipalities. They have the knowledge of us doing that by different ways. The community, the bouche à oreille, talking to each other. And also we have some programs in the ANCT that are directly linked to these municipalities. So they talk about us and they know like that. And we deploy everything, obviously open source on our forum. and we also try to improve the way we communicate about this template. Eloise, who is great member of the French community, she's proposed a Grist hub for templates and also custom widgets, I think. I will put the link there.
Yeah, that's a good point. We don't know yet for the consolidate changes. We don't do changes then. No, it's a good point. Like if we have a new version of the document, how do we do if we deploy like to 10 to 15 cities? We don't know yet. We haven't experienced that yet. So we need to think about it. Yeah, for sure.
But
Do
Nicolas,
train
for
have,
you did
yeah.
like a log of different versions for the holiday template? Yes.
Yeah, yeah, I did that, but it was not deployed yet on many cities. So that's really good point. That's going to be a difficulty, I guess. And to train or have Grist training material for the users of the project. Yeah, yeah, we do train them. Um, we have like training webinar every 2-3 months, and we invite them there. Sometimes we do some specific training with them, like 1 hour or something like that. Either we train them just for Grist in general, or either just for the document in the use case we have. That depends.